I don't want to keep doing this. Why? I didn't. What? Hello? Why?
Hi, I'm VR with Liam, or Lerm, however you want to call me. Today's video is going to be talking about why I think you should consider being a streamer, and why you should consider streaming as an alternative to maybe whatever profession you've been thinking. A streamer is more than someone that just simply clicks a button to start a broadcast and end it. A lot of people may perceive that that's what the streamer does. There's a lot more that goes into preparing for a stream and to keep a stream running, and then afterwards to engage with your fans, and even more if you consider to monetize. Being a streamer requires immense amounts of patience, intelligence, and skill, along with multitasking to be able to keep everything flowing at once. In this video, we're going to go over the organization that takes place when you're a streamer. We'll talk about different platforms and services that you could reach out and use if you're a streamer. For today, we're going to create an account with Twitch, and we're going to go over how that's done. Once you have your Twitch account created, you're not quite ready to start streaming yet. After that, you're going to have to think about a broadcasting system you're going to use. This is going to allow you to have other sources communicate so they can all work together and provide your stream to one spot. OBS has a lot of tools. Within OBS, you can learn how to create different scenes, you can create effects, borders, and you can draw an audio from different sources. But for today, we're just going to figure out how to download and install OBS. To download OBS, your open broadcasting system, you can just search OBS. From there, you can click on Open Broadcasting Software, obsproject.com. You're going to be able to select whichever service operating system you're running. For today, we'll use Windows because that's what I'm using. And then from there, it's going to start downloading in your download files. If you don't see this tool pop up right away, you can just search here. If you're on Chrome, it should look very similar. You're going to look for the Downloads tab. Once it's downloaded, you can click on it, and you'll say yes to allow it to make changes. And you'll just follow through the steps. You can read if you choose to. And once you're all done, you can click finish. There you go. OBS is installed. Once you have all these things installed and set up, mainly your Twitch account and OBS, you can then start to stream. Now, let's figure out how we can get our game set up in OBS. Once you have your OBS opened up, you're going to go look over at your sources. Now, at the bottom of sources, you'll see a little plus. Click on that. Once we have that plus selected, we're going to look for game capture. And then we'll click OK. And once you've clicked OK, you're going to be seeing all these settings. You're just going to want to go to where it says mode. We're going to select on it, and we're going to switch to specific window. So capture specific window. Then under window, we'll select what we're going to capture. And then in there, you should see the game you have launched. So when we're at this part, make sure you have your game launched and running. If you have a headset or any other source, you can go audio output capture. You'll click on it, OK. And then again, you'll go to device and you'll select whatever you're using. If you're using your mic from your headset, you'd use that. Or if you're just going to be using the mic from your computer, then you can select speakers again. And then you'll click OK. There you go. And at this point, we can go ahead over and click Start Streaming. And that will start it and connect it right to your Twitch. So I've already done the steps to connect my Twitch to my OBS, but at this point, it's going to ask you to connect your Twitch to your OBS. In a peer-reviewed article by Christopher M. Bingham, Christopher argues that through their speech, professional Twitch streamers demonstrate a theoretical understanding of professional streaming that is based on their ability to negotiate uncertainty and the responsibility they feel for their communities. Christopher explains that this distribution infrastructure includes features that allow viewers to financially support their favorite Twitch streamers, creating a new type of media professional, the entrepreneurial Twitch streamer. Like other professionals, Twitch streamers meet regularly to discuss the profession and business of live streaming. Once we start streaming and we have our stream going and live, we're going to soon start to get viewers in our chat. Now this will be exciting, but also a little bit scary, and maybe even nerve-wracking. Now we got to be careful because we don't want to allow anyone to be displaying toxic behavior or messages in our community and our chat. In order to safeguard this kind of thing from happening, we're going to have to prepare. And so in order to do this, we're going to have moderation set up. All right, once you're on Twitch, you'll select your icon and you'll go to Video Producer. Now once we're in the Video Producer or Creator Dashboard, we're going to look for moderation. Now to find moderation, you're going to have to go look for the Settings tab. Click on Settings, and then you should see Stream, Channel, and Moderation. We're going to want to click on Moderation, and then from there, we're going to have a list of auto mod and other controls we can set up. Now, auto mod is an AI, and what auto mod does is it will look through your chat and try to find unwanted messages and words that are being used, and it will just automatically block them out or ban users. Now you can set this up specifically to your own liking. You can decide hostility, discrimination and slurs, sexual content, profanity. Now these are all terms that the auto mod is going to look for and concepts. Other things you can have in your mod section can be evasion, banning people. You can have chat options, so I would recommend having your block hyperlinks turned on. That way no one can put any unwanted URLs into the chat. Below that, you can have channel privileges. So what this would mean is that anyone who's going to be commenting is going to need an email verification or possibly a phone verification. For mine, I have it set up so chatters need at least one email verification. I do not require phone. The reason for this is I want to try to limit as much bots in my chat. But I don't want to require phone verification because not everyone has access to a phone. So that way this doesn't require you to have a phone to be able to talk in our chat. And then below that, you have your chat rules. This is very important because this is where you're going to be able to display your rules to your community. That way anyone coming to watch your stream or content before they comment are going to be met with these rules that you list. Now it's crucial that you stick to these rules, you honor these rules. And if you want people to respect and honor your rules, you need to be consistent. And then below that, you have unban requests. Now this is when someone has been banned. You can stop banned users from viewing stream, which I have enabled because if I have someone banned, I don't see why they need to be watching the stream. And then you can set this up in the followers only mode. Now this is if you're just wanting to stream to just your followers and not anyone else. And then the last two things are moderator tools in chat and pin message. And so these are just abilities for you to have as a creator. I would just have them turned on. That way they're always there for you if you need to use. Now remember, moderation for your account is very important. Like an article I read on Wired by Casey Fizzler and Natalie Garrett, ethical tech starts with ethical debt. And now what that means is if we're going to be creating technology and services, we're also going to be responsible for what happens with those services. If we're going to have a community and a chat, well, we got to make sure that what goes on and the guidelines in those chat are laid out and that people are going to be acting and behaving appropriately and responsibly. We have responsibility for what happens and what goes on and what's said in our chat. And if we do nothing about it, then we're just further adding towards the issues that are going on and we're not addressing it and fixing it. Now, keeping in mind what Casey and Natalie are saying, ethical debt, addressing ethical debt means addressing these issues possibly before they happen and trying to find ways to prevent them. And as content creators, that is our responsibility.